Right now, the global digital economy is navigating its most significant structural hardware transition since the internet began. We are seeing a massive shift away from general-purpose computing, which was driven by traditional x86 CPUs. Instead, the world is moving rapidly toward accelerated parallel computing using GPUs, TPUs, and specialized custom silicon. This fundamental shift is what serves as the foundational layer for generative AI, large language models, and autonomous infrastructure. To power this future, the major hyperscalers, companies like Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and Meta, are locked in a multi-year capital expenditure race. They are committing hundreds of billions of dollars to build out immense data center infrastructure. But here's the critical bottleneck. The primary constraint on this rapid expansion is not software development. Rather, it is the physical availability of advanced logic silicon. Training and running AI models with trillions of parameters demand highly advanced semiconductor nodes. These chips must provide maximum compute density while fiercely minimizing energy consumption. And sitting squarely in the middle of this is Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSMC. They act as the sole physical toll gatekeeper for this massive global trend. As the power demands in AI data centers become a severe global constraint, technology companies have no choice but to migrate to the absolute most power-efficient nodes available, specifically the 3nm and 2nm processes. This absolute necessity creates highly inelastic demand. Customers aren't just haggling over unit cost anymore. They are optimizing for peak thermal and energy efficiency, and those metrics are entirely dictated by TSMC's process leadership. Because of this, silicon manufacturing isn't just a commoditized process anymore. It has become a hyper-specialized foundational utility. Because of this unique position, TSMC's economic moat is incredibly wide, supported by scale, switching costs, and crucial intangible assets. Let's look at the bottom section. First, the scale and yield flywheel is the engine of their dominance. TSMC controls over 60% of the entire foundry market and a staggering 90% of the bleeding-edge nodes below 5 nanometers. In this industry, making more chips helps you learn faster. Higher wafer volumes mean they find and fix defects faster. Faster fixes mean better yields, which drives higher gross margins. Those margins are then poured directly back into the massive R&D and CapEx needed for the next node. It's a self-reinforcing loop that starves competitors of the cash flow they'd need to catch up. Next is advanced packaging. TSMC has a proprietary technology called CoWoS, chip-on-wafer-on-substrate. This is the critical bottleneck for high-performance AI accelerators like the ones Nvidia makes. By seamlessly integrating the main logic chips with high bandwidth memory, or HBM, TSMC captures value across the whole process. Customers can't easily buy the wafer from someone else and have TSMC package it, so this deepens customer lock-in significantly. Switching costs are astronomical. Customers must use TSMC's proprietary process design kits, or PDKs, deeply integrated with EDA tools. If a company wanted to port a 3nm architecture over to a competitor like Samsung or Intel, it would cost hundreds of millions of dollars and risk devastating timeline delays. Furthermore, TSMC strictly operates a pure-play foundry model. Unlike Intel or Samsung, who design their own chips and compete in the market, TSMC only manufactures for others. This strict neutrality means clients like Apple, Nvidia, and AMD can hand over their most guarded architectural secrets without fear that TSMC will steal their intellectual property to build competing products. When we look at the financial results of this moat, the bull case becomes very clear. Let's move to the elite financial metrics on the right. TSMC is a highly efficient compounding machine. By mid-2026, they are projecting a return on invested capital of 33% and a return on equity of 39%. Generating a 33% return in an industry where you have to spend over $30 billion a year on equipment is a sign of elite resource management. This translates directly into incredible pricing power. As they transition from 4nm to 2nm production, they are introducing a new gate-all-around architecture. Because nobody else can match this performance, TSMC can command an estimated $30,000 for a single 2nm wafer, nearly double the cost of the previous generation. And even at that price, their 2026 capacity is completely sold out. To meet this insatiable demand, they are massively scaling capacity. By the end of 2026, they expect to produce 180,000 wafers a month of 3 nanometer and 100,000 wafers a month of 2 nanometer. All of this results in strong profitability. They maintain an operating margin of roughly 60% and net margins near 50%. As their expensive leading-edge factories depreciate over 3 to 5 years, they transform into massive cash generators. This robust cash flow ensures a healthy dividend and keeps their debt-to-equity ratio incredibly low. Ultimately, TSMC's insurmountable technological lead and massive scale have transformed it from a simple manufacturer to the foundational utility of the AI era, creating a near impenetrable economic moat. Of course, no economic moat is entirely invincible. A rigorous analysis requires us to evaluate the existential threats that could impair capital, starting with the immense physical and financial limits of semiconductor scaling that lie ahead. A rigorous analysis of this investment requires evaluating the existential threats that could potentially impair capital over the long term. The first major risk we must consider is what we call the physics wall. As TSMC pushes the boundaries of manufacturing, moving toward 1.4 nanometer and 1 nanometer technologies, the marginal positive compute gains increases exponentially. Just look at the equipment required. These extreme ultraviolet lithography machines cost hundreds of millions of dollars per single unit. If the performance gains from these new nodes fail to justify these staggering costs, customers may delay their upgrades, which would directly slow TSMC's revenue velocity. Geographic margin dilution is a second significant concern. Historically, TSMC has benefited from a highly centralized manufacturing cluster in Taiwan. However, geopolitical pressures have forced them to diversify and build new fabrication plants in places like Arizona, Japan, and Germany. These international facilities face structurally lower gross margins. Why? Because they encounter higher labor costs, union complexities, and a lack of localized chemical suppliers. Over time, this global expansion could act as a permanent drag on the company's impressive 60% operating margins. Competition from Western foundries also poses a very real risk. While Samsung has struggled somewhat with yields on their 3 nanometer nodes, they are investing heavily in new 2 nanometer technology. Additionally, Intel is aggressively positioning its 18A process to attract external customers. If either of these competitors can achieve high manufacturing yields, hyperscalers will absolutely use them as secondary sources to break TSMC's pricing monopoly. Finally, customer concentration is a systemic vulnerability. TSMC relies heavily on an oligopoly of massive buyers, most notably Apple and Nvidia. If the massive AI infrastructure build-out enters a digestion phase, where companies temporarily pause hardware purchases while they focus on actually monetizing their software, TSMC could be left with underutilized capacity and high fixed depreciation costs, leading directly to margin compression. Now let's look at the broader macro picture. TSMC's valuation is inherently tied to its geographic concentration in the Taiwan Strait. Over 80% of its cutting-edge manufacturing is located right there on the western coast of Taiwan, creating an unhedgeable tail risk. Kinetic military action or a naval blockade by China would result in a catastrophic supply chain shock, effectively halting the Western digital economy. While the idea of a silicon shield may deter aggression through the promise of mutual economic destruction, a geopolitical risk premium remains a permanent factor in the stock's valuation. The macro landscape is also shifting toward digital protectionism. US-China tech restrictions limit TSMC's total addressable market by capping sales to Chinese firms. Furthermore, potential tariffs on foreign manufactured hardware require TSMC to navigate an increasingly complex regulatory environment. Domestic resource constraints in Taiwan also limit their ability to expand. Advanced fabrication requires immense amounts of electricity and ultra-pure water. Taiwan faces energy grid instability and recurrent droughts, which may impose literal physical limits on the growth of power-hungry 2 nanometer and 3 nanometer facilities. So evaluating TSMC on a 5 to 10-year horizon involves balancing its incredible economic moat against these undeniable geopolitical risks. At a $1.8 trillion market cap and a PE ratio of approximately 34x, the market expects sustained, high-level execution. From a structural standpoint, TSMC truly is the central processing hub of the global economy. Its elite return on invested capital and massive pricing power generally outweigh geographic risks for long-term investors. However, due to the unhedgeable nature of the geopolitical risk, proper position sizing in your portfolio is absolutely critical to prevent catastrophic impairment in the event of a black swan disruption. Ultimately, TSMC is categorized as a foundational core portfolio holding. It serves as an anchor asset for strategies focused on AI and digital infrastructure. Investors should recognize its incredible compounding capability while maintaining a healthy state of paranoia regarding its geographic concentration.